Let's talk about Karl Jobst, my boy, my gang. Oh my God. The Karl Jobst situation is absolutely, it sucks for many reasons. And I don't know exactly what's happening, but I'm going to try to piece it together for you guys. Okay. So for you guys who do not know, this is Karl Jobst. Karl Jobst is a YouTuber. He's been doing this shit for a very, very, very long time. Okay. I don't know how many subscribers he's got, but he's got a lot. And he's mostly known for making videos talking about cheaters. All right, people who have cheated in video games and speed runs. And he'll be like, I'm trying to get my best Karl Jobst impersonation. There's a lot of ways to impersonate him, but yeah, he basically finds people who speed runs and then he cheat, and then he finds them cheat and he proves it. He was a main contender for Dream when Dream was cheating in Minecraft. He made like 2 or 3 videos basically debunking him, and yeah, he'll just go, "Hello, you absolute legends. Goodbye, legends. You absolute legends." And that's Karl Jobst. He's got this voice. He's got this thing. He calls out cheaters. We all love it. Yeah, I love it. Until he got sued. He has been in a lawsuit with another guy by the name of Billy Mitchell, who I don't know a lot about. Maybe we'll look into him as well. But this has been an ongoing thing. Karl has made several videos on Billy Mitchell talking about the fact that he has cheated in one of his prior speed runs, but also this lawsuit that was happening apparently has concluded. There's actually a court case video and everything, and it looks like Karl Jobst lost. It says here, Karl Jobst has lost a defamation lawsuit filed against him by Billy Mitchell and in Queensland court. Where's Queensland? The lawsuit centered on Jobst's claims linking Mitchell to the suicide of Apollo legend. So I don't even know who Apollo legend is, but I have heard that, and I'll confirm this, and you guys can let me know in chat as you find out. But I think he had made a video, and in the video where he was talking about the defamation, where he was talking about him cheating, he had mentioned for like a minute in the video that Billy Mitchell was essentially responsible for the suicide of Apollo legend. Australia? Got it. Rather than solely on allegations of cheating in video games, the court ordered Jobst to pay Mitchell approximately $400 AUD in damages and legal fees. Jobst has expressed his intention to consider his options, including an appeal following the ruling. So yes, Billy Mitchell won. And a lot of people did not see this happening. Number one, Karl Jobst was basically like, yeah, this is probably like in the money. This is easy peasy. Made a lot of videos talking about, kind of confirming that he was going to get it done. Number two, it looked like it was obvious that Billy Mitchell had cheated. Like the proof looked like it was in the pudding. But the problem was that there was 2 lawsuits. And the second lawsuit had nothing to do with him cheating in this game. Nothing. It actually had to do with the defamation of him and Karl Jobst saying that he was responsible for Apollo legend suicide. Approximately $250K US dollars. That's a lot of money. Damn. I wonder, is that $250,000 on top of what he's already paid and spent to the lawyers? Like, I think it is actually. Jesus, that's a lot. Anyway, let's read some of the tweets. Karl Jobst. I'll read it in kind of order because there's a lot of issues going with this, because now people are turning on Karl because some people feel like Karl did not properly express that the lawsuit was about defamation when it comes to Apollo legend and claiming that he was responsible for suicide. People thought this had to do with the cheating. You know, like he was getting sued for cheating, which actually was kind of confusing in the first place. Like, I guess defamation of saying that he was cheating. So the case was basically dependent on did he cheat or not. But that was not the case. That's what a lot of people believed. And some people feel like, this is what people are saying. I'm not saying it, but some people feel like Karl may have led people on. And so now Karl is letting people know what he had to say. So March 30th, he said here, the court has decided to stream my decision live on YouTube so you can watch me win or lose in real time. Spoiler alert, we already know, but I'm curious. Let's get to the verdict. I'm okay with taking it. Oh, here we go. Okay. 24 minutes. Oh! Okay.
Plaintiff William Mitchell III, commonly known as Billy Mitchell, lives in Florida, United States of America. He has been well known among adherents of video and arcade gaming in many countries, including Australia, since 1982. At an arcade and video gaming competition in November that year that took place in Ottumwa, Iowa, USA, playing an arcade game called Donkey Kong, Mr. Mitchell scored a world record 874,300 points and was the first person ever recorded as reaching the kill screen.
I'm sorry. Hearing an actual lawyer in court, Donkey Kong, and talking about the world record and just reading it off, I'm like, what in the world am I? We're here. This actually came to court. But they're talking about who is Billy Mitchell.
That is, reaching the end of the game.
I'm not going to do the whole video,
he was
don't worry.
17 years of age. Mr. Mitchell went on to be recognized as having achieved a number of world records and world firsts in video and arcade gaming. They included achieving the first perfect score of 3,333,360 in another game called Pac-Man in 1999, setting a new world record.
This looks like AI.
And the first.
To be honest, this looks like AI. I'm very terrified because if this is real, it looks really bad to be real. Anyway, he talks about who Billy Mitchell is, TG, and again, his cheating allegations. Billy sues TG and Apollo Legend, Apollo's goodbye video, and then Karl Jobst in his video. Are you? Wait. I didn't know this. Did Billy Mitchell sue Apollo Legend and then Apollo Legend committed suicide?
On YouTube, referred to in this proceeding as his goodbye video, in which he told viewers that he was recording his final video. He said, "This is the end of my life," and he explained why. In that video, he did not mention Mr. Mitchell, nor the claim against him or the settlement agreement.
Okay.
Shortly after publishing it, he committed suicide.
Damn. Oh. Okay, so he didn't mention Billy, but I guess he got sued. Apollo Legend got sued by Billy. And then Billy took his, but he didn't mention him. Okay. And then Karl Jobst made the video.
Defendant Karl Jobst lives in Queensland. He regularly publishes videos on YouTube, mostly about speedrunning, but also about video and arcade gaming world records and people who cheat in those games. He has over 1 million followers on his YouTube channel. On 26 May 2021, he published a video about Mr. Mitchell and another video gamer, Todd Rogers, entitled "The Biggest Conmen in Video Game History Strike Again." He accused Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Rogers of cheating and of pursuing unmeritorious litigation against people who had accused them of cheating. He also said the following about Mr. Mitchell, quote, "He also sued YouTuber Apollo Legend for $1 million. I haven't spoken about this publicly, but this lawsuit ultimately ended with Apollo giving in and settling with Mitchell. He was forced to remove all his videos about Mitchell's cheating and paid him a large sum of money. This left him deeply in debt, which required him to find extra work, but with his ongoing health issues, this was all too much of a burden, and he ultimately took his own life. Not that Billy Mitchell would ever care, though. In fact, when Billy Mitchell thought Apollo died earlier, he expressed joy at the thought. The lawsuit against Apollo was just as frivolous as the rest, and Apollo definitely would have won in court. But again, he was extremely ill and couldn't handle the ongoing stress." End quote. That video containing that passage was online for 10 days from 26 May 2021 to 4 June 2021, and for an additional 5 days from 9 June to 13 June 2021. In between those dates, and since 13 June 2021, the video has remained online, but it contains only the first 2 sentences and the last sentence of the passage that I have just read. While the video was first online in its full version, 2 relevant events occurred. First, on 3 June 2021, Mr. Mitchell published his own YouTube video in response to Mr. Jobst's video. He denied as lies the assertion that Apollo Legend had paid him any money as part of the settlement, or that he had had any involvement with Apollo Legend that had led him to commit suicide. He asserted that Mr. Jobst had effectively accused him of murder. He ended the video by saying, quote, "I plan to respond the way that everybody anticipates for me to respond. And Karl, expect me." End quote.
Okay, so this is making sense. The TLDR so far is Billy Mitchell, dude, speedrun Donkey Kong, was told that he was cheating. People called him out. TG, an Apollo legend, gets sued. Apollo says goodbye. He unalives. Karl Jobst makes a video, talks more about Billy Mitchell and the cheating allegations, calls him a con man, and also says that he's responsible indirectly about Apollo Legends' suicide. And then the lawsuit happens from Billy Mitchell. Karl investigates, edits his video, effects on Billy's reputation, Billy's case. Let's look at this one, the Billy's case.
2024. In this action, Mr. Mitchell sues Mr. Jobst for defamation, claiming $400,000 in general damages and $50,000 in aggravated damages. Mr. Mitchell contends that the video, particularly the passage that I have read, made 5 defamatory imputations about him. Those imputations were, first, Mr. Mitchell had required Apollo Legend to pay him a large amount of money to settle Mr. Mitchell's defamation claim against him, which caused Apollo Legend to go into considerable debt and to take on extra work to survive. Secondly, a major contributing factor in Apollo Legend's decision to take his own life was Mr. Mitchell's requirement that Apollo Legend pay him a large sum of money to settle the defamation claim. Third, Mr. Mitchell had hounded Apollo Legend to death. Fourth, Mr. Mitchell was the main cause, or alternatively a cause, of Apollo Legend taking his own life.
Okay, so there's 5 defamatory claims in the video that Karl Jobst had, and this is what Billy Mitchell was suing for. Essentially, that yes, Karl Jobst claimed that Apollo Legends owed Billy Mitchell a lot of money, and he had to pay, and then he had to settle. It was a couple of things, and then he was responsible for his death. Jeez. What's up, Desi's? How you doing? Okay, so that's the case, and that's why Billy Mitchell. Karl had a defense. Here's the decision and the reasoning. Let's get to this.
I was not required to decide, nor did I decide, whether Mr. Mitchell had in fact cheated in gaining any of his world record scores. Mr. Jobst did not attempt to prove that that finding by Twin Galaxies was correct. Notwithstanding these findings, I have concluded that the defamatory imputations made by Mr. Jobst, that are the subject of Mr. Mitchell's claim, have caused substantial additional damage to Mr. Mitchell's reputation and have caused him considerable additional distress. Therefore, Mr. Jobst is liable to pay damages to Mr. Mitchell for those defamatory imputations. I shall come shortly to the amount of those damages. Mr. Mitchell also asserted that Mr. Jobst's conduct in publishing the video, and after doing so, was unjustifiable and caused additional personal hurt to Mr. Mitchell and harm to his reputation, which justifies the court awarding additional damages known as aggravated damages. This conduct, alleged by Mr. Mitchell, included, first, making the allegations recklessly and without checking their truth. Secondly, publishing the video twice. Thirdly, holding malice and pursuing a vendetta against Mr. Mitchell. Fourthly, mocking Mr. Mitchell's complaint about the video and his legal action. Fifthly, persisting in his contention that Mr. Mitchell's action against Apollo Legend had contributed to his decision to commit suicide.
Okay, so the judge basically ruled in Billy Mitchell's favor. And it sounds like it has nothing to do with the cheating. And I think, again, that was what people felt was the basis of the lawsuit. But the basis of the lawsuit was objectively Karl making claims about Billy that were not rooted in fact. And the judge, this is an actual judge, has agreed with Billy Mitchell on this defamation. And that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, what's up, Zach? I'm a huge fan of Karl, but unfortunately, this is a situation if legally what he did was defamation, which is why whenever I talk about these stuff, right, in these videos, I always say allegations. I say it. Allegations. These are the allegations. These are the allegations. Defamation is no freaking joke, especially as a person who's a commentator or a journalist or whatever. It's no joke. No joke. I'm never going to ever claim that something is 100% true unless the person who is in question says it's 100% true or it's proven. But otherwise, I'm always reluctant. And people are like, Omni, you don't have to keep saying allegations. You don't have to. This is why. This is why you say allegedly after everything. Allegedly, people are saying it. Allegedly, that's what's going around. Allegedly, these are the claims. These are the allegations, but I can never put it out there as just truth.
And sixthly, failing to apologise and to withdraw the allegation. I have found that Mr. Jobst was reckless in making the allegations. His assertions were based on a fallacy, namely that Apollo Legend had paid Mr. Mitchell a large sum of money. That was simply wrong, and he had no reasonable basis for asserting it. Yet even after finding out the truth, he has continued to assert that the settlement had a negative financial impact on Apollo Legend, and that he still believes that the settlement was a contributing factor to his decision to commit suicide.
So Karl said that, yeah, so this sounds like this is information. I guess it's just not true. Karl said some statements that are just objectively not true. And then even after we was told it was not true, didn't remove the video, didn't take it down, didn't do any corrective anything at all, which makes me wonder, like, where did Karl get this information from in the first place? Can't get it. Did he get it from Apollo Legend? Apollo Legend is no longer alive. Where did it come from? We shall see. Yeah, we got to check on Grums. We'll check on Grums after this. Anyway, let's go to the final conclusion.
That all of this conduct has caused, and it has broken in the contest. I have found that all of this conduct has caused Mr. Mitchell additional personal harm and additional harm to his reputation. It was severely aggravating conduct that merits an award of aggravated damages. Again, I will come shortly to the amount of aggravated damages that I will award.
We already know what that is, okay? So the award of damages, and then it ends.
Either upon delivery of this judgment or by filing and serving a written submission within 14 days, the defendant pay the plaintiff's cost of this proceeding. I published my reasons together with a short summary of those reasons. Both documents will be publicly available shortly on the Queensland Court's website.
Dang. Okay, so that's the case itself. And now we have the full context. Now we're all kind of caught up. So we can come back to Karl, who has talked about what has happened. So Karl says, I lost. The judge found Billy to be a credible witness and believed his entire testimony. From that point on, unfortunately, there was really nothing that could have saved me. We'll now obviously consider my options. I know many of you will be upset with this, and I am sorry for that. Thank you again for the support I have received, and I will endeavor to work as hard as I can to repay all that you are owed. So if you guys don't know, Karl kind of GoFunded the case. He said, hey guys, I'm going against Billy Mitchell, and I could use your help. Here's my Patreon, here's the donations. Help me beat this dude. This is not the first time that a YouTuber has asked his audience to help them with legal fees. Most famous one, I believe, is like H3H3. I think he got sued by like 2 separate people at one point in time. And I think he crowdfunded. There's always a situation, Illuminati. There's a situation with Illuminati. I don't know if you guys remember, we used to talk about her all the time. And Wonder, I believe it's Wonderstruck. Yeah, her Wonderstruck. But yeah, they were getting sued as well, and they also asked for like help for that. So this is not an unusual thing, but it looks like the reason why a lot of people were donating money for Karl Jobst's case is because they were led to believe this had to do with the cheating, not so much about Karl making claims that the judge has ruled to be not true. Okay. Anyway, comments saying, damn, it's tough, man. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. He replied back a little bit later because he started picking up a lot of heat, especially like on live stream fails. People were like basically saying like, look, bro, you broke the law. You broke the rule. This is a super L and you hit it. Okay. You didn't say it enough. You didn't claim it enough. They said there are a lot of lies being spread that I falsely claimed Billy sued me because I said he cheated. I never claimed this. I only claimed it was relevant as part of my defense. I didn't openly discuss certain details for obvious reasons, but I was never trying to hide why I was being sued. In this video, I fully allow Billy to explain why he was suing me, and I specifically state that I chose not to go into too much detail because it related to the ongoing lawsuit. Furthermore, I never asked for money when Billy originally sued me. It was only after he sent me a second lawsuit and a threat of a third lawsuit, which were completely unrelated, that I needed to crowdfund. My total legal costs were well over $600K, so any money I received went to my lawyers. I did not intentionally try to deceive anyone or trick anyone just to defraud them or scam them out of money. But the criticism that I should have been more transparent is valid, and I am sorry. Truthfully, I didn't want to repeat or mention any claims regarding Apollo Legend because it may have jeopardized my defense. I never intentionally lied regarding Apollo Legend either. I relied on incorrect information from multiple sources. So Karl is saying that he received information about Apollo Legend from multiple people and they were all incorrect. So, which means, I mean, I don't know if he ever had a chance to talk to Apollo Legend before he passed away, but it sounds like the people who gave him this incorrect information made that shit up. And I guess that's the importance of journalism and sourcing, right? It's also important that if you get it from multiple sources, it still doesn't make it true unless you get it directly from the source itself. You can't really get it directly from the source itself unless Apollo Legend said it somewhere. So if you do get it from multiple sources and you make this claim or the assertion, you still have to basically say, these are allegations. There have been multiple claims, multiple allegations from multiple sources who have said X, Y, Z. Right? But you can't say it as definitively if you don't actually have the answer definitively. You can say definitively that multiple people are saying it. That's true. That's not defamation. Those people are saying it. But you can't say that it's true. I retracted the statements once I confirmed it was inaccurate, but apparently it was not sufficient. So Karl Jobst saying that once he confirmed that it was untrue, he then made the changes to the YouTube video. I guess retracted or redacted, but at that point, potentially the damage was already done by Billy Mitchell and the defamation had already occurred. Secondary sources would have been great, like close friends or family members. Apollo, but I can understand why Karl didn't do so. At this point, it feels like Billy Mitchell's main source of income is lawsuits. I mean, yeah, there are people who make a living on just suing people, like literally. At some point, of course, I will produce a video discussing everything, and I still believe the decision today was not the correct one. Nicholas Diorio saying, I don't think there was any malicious intent here on your part. You seem genuinely passionate about the things you covered on your channel. You've been one of the best at exposing cheaters for years. It really sucks how this all went down, as I really don't believe you intentionally set out to defame Billy. It's really unfortunate that the Apollo misinformation will be costly black mark on your otherwise stellar content creation career, but it's also a warning to guys like me not to get carried away. On your channel, you have made tons of videos exposing Billy above board for lies that are better researched and verifiable. I don't personally see what incentive you'd have to just make an out character lie with the intent of harm him, especially pre-lawsuit. Ultimately, though, intent aside, this was your mistake and it's up to you to accept the consequences with grace or to go in a different direction, right? So we have to basically acknowledge, as much as you love Karl Jobst, as much as he's you know, as much as you appreciate him and everything, he made a big whoopsie. He's admitting that he made a big whoopsie, and it is what it is. What's Haste Broken Worlds, by the way? I don't know what that is. As for the disclosure, I think a lot of people lost track of what your lawsuit was mainly focused on due to the nature of the content you make being obviously more gaming centric. It felt as a new indie game. Oh, okay, cool. Maybe we'll check it out. It felt odd at times with how much you could seemingly disclose and discuss openly on video. It didn't help that the other lawsuit that was gaming record centric was also going on simultaneously for much of the coverage. I don't think you set out to mislead, but even I lost track over time as to what exactly you were doing. Anyways, hope you're well. Okay, so again, people feel like Karl should have been more open with the fact that he was being sued specifically because of defamation when it comes to Apollo Legend and not the game. It's fine. We might have to try it out. Let me keep that in mind, okay? When we're done with the news, we'll play some video games. And so keep that one in mind, the Hates Broken Worlds. I'll try it. Anyway, Karl Jobst then said, I removed my last video. Obviously, people are upset, so it is better I address the concerns of the public first and make a video explaining everything before releasing future videos, which is to actually wait for my video before making a full judgment. I'm sorry for releasing the video today. It was due to sponsor obligation, but that's far less important than addressing your concerns. So it sounds like Karl had a video set up for today. Woo! Probably not good timing, but I didn't know this. But yeah, it sounds like he had a video set up for April 1st, had nothing to do with anything. And then people in the comments was like, bro, why are you making a regular video? You need to address the claims, what people are saying. People were getting really upset. Why is everyone turning on this guy after he lost the lawsuit? I'm confused too. Everybody supported Karl. Now these tweets comment section is saying they don't trust Karl anymore. We need more context. So, hi, Chase. Hello. Here's a better summary than I can otherwise. It has me thinking that I'm adding him to the list of creators that I enjoy will cease taken seriously and also no longer watching any videos of his, not talking about gaming history related to speedrunning. So, all right, let's keep going. This one sucks, man, because I'm a Karl fan. The whole event or just the tweet? Someone summarized it in a terrible way, but sometimes we like these summaries. Karl made videos about Billy cheating at Donkey Kong. He got sued. Follow-up video says Apollo legend necked himself because of Billy winning a lawsuit over. He gets sued harder. Makes 3 years worth of videos hiding the details of the lawsuit being defamation over the driven to suicide claim. Instead paints it all as a lawsuit over the cheating allegations. He collects donations over this. He loses the case after 3 years. He gets outed that the case was entirely about the claims, the S claims, and then the fan base turns on him hard over the deceit used to garner support and money. It says this tweet releases a new scheduled video about some unrelated company shit. Comments are just nothing but hate about his lies. He edits the pinned sponsored comments saying he'll elaborate soon. Hate floods in even harder. He takes the video down. Good Lord. And I think that is the end of it. I think a lot of people started comparing him to like the completionist, saying like, hey, he was somebody who was a beloved YouTuber, but now he's got some splaining to do. And I think that you deceived people. There's one more thread that I want to read for you guys as well. But so far, chat, how do you guys feel about it? Like, how do you guys feel? Do you think that this was Karl doing that, or do you think it was just unfortunate and he didn't have anything, he couldn't say anything? Like, people are being too hard on him. I like to see his response before coming to conclusions. Me too. Just asking, just kind of, you don't have to come to a conclusion, but just asking how you feel about it. You don't have to like be right or anything. So yeah, this was live stream fails, 3,000 upvotes. A lot. Live stream fails. I know. But hey, it's important. People are talking about it. TLDR, someone said, in my opinion, Karl Jobst crowdfunded his legal defense on the implication that Billy was suing him for talking about his cheating and exposing him, but instead did make up a rumor that Billy's actions led to the death of Apollo legend. And Karl just lost in court because he did in fact defame the shit out of Billy Mitchell. Generally so blindsided and have no idea how Karl Jobst is going to spin this to his audience. Somebody else said, holy fuck, what a self-immolate your own career. I had no clue this was the actual reason he was getting sued too. So many YouTubers publicly sided with Jobst, and I wonder if there will be any legal fallout from that too. Oh God. So I remember covering this a little bit, and I did think the lawsuit too as well. I think a lot of people honestly thought, I thought the lawsuit had to do with defamation when it came to cheating. Immolate, Balatro reference, that's a Slay the Spire reference. Get it right. It gets worse. Karl has to pay Billy's lawyer fees in addition to $300K with interest and an extra $50K. Karl had previously said he's paid his lawyers $400,000 so far. So at the very least, Karl's in the whole $850,000 plus Billy fees before appeals. Damn, that's $1 million. Hello, you absolute legends. Today I will be selling everything I own to pay for this crippling judgment. People saying can't wait for his downfall video on Sunny V2. Oh man. The whole lawsuit was over Karl claiming that Billy Mitchell suing, having a settlement with Apollo legend led to him killing himself. It wasn't anything to do with the cheating allegations. A mix of things happened include Karl's attitude about this and continuing to talk about it and obfuscate the real reason to his audience. His lawyers failing to make the case that Karl was not the first or only person talking about. Other general failings on his legal team, this being a hard case to win in a lot of regards to begin with, and other contributing factors. Back in 2024, I'm finally going to trial against Billy Mitchell. I'm pretty confident I'm going to win, so from my perspective, it seems silly to settle because I believe I will be successful and Billy will have to pay my cause. Man, that video aged badly. Bet he wishes he had settled. Man. The Karl Jobst situation is crazy. That's probably going to be the title of this video when it goes on YouTube. Had to stop watching Job's Billy uploads because they were so salty and emotionally driven, which is fair under the assumptions we had. Now I find out the lawsuit was over something else. Yikes. So a lot of people really did feel like they got rug pulled when it comes to this. So that's where we are. That's the Karl Jobst situation. Now the question is, we have to wait for Karl to make a video. And I guess he's going to explain to his audience why he did not bring more attention to the fact that the lawsuit had to do with defamation when it came to Apollo Legend. Because that part was true. And I don't know if any point in time Karl admitted and said to his audience that he did defame him, because sounds like he did change the YouTube video, right? He made changes to the YouTube video. He obviously made that mistake, but I don't know if he actually told his audience at any point in time that he did like what he's suing him for is quite literally justified. And if that wasn't communicated to his audience, then it's kind of, yeah, take it easy, Moons. Take it easy. So yeah, we'll wrap that up. That's the Karl Jobst situation right now. We're going to wait for him to make a video.